Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing a video on the Ulta Contour Kit. Ulta sent me this kit and wanted me to do a little demonstration for you guys to show you how to use it, so I hope that this is helpful. Here is the kit. You can see the front is translucent and then it has a picture on it and it shows the general idea of where contouring and highlighting should go. And then the inside has 6 different colors here. We have a side for lighter skin tones and then for darker skin tones. So I'm going to be using the ones on the right side, which include the Radiance bronzer, Warmth bronzer, and then possibly the Bombshell bronzer. So if you've never contoured or highlighted your face, the whole reason for it is to bring out the facial structure that you have. So you're going to want to shade places to make it appear like they go in, they're concave, and then you highlight areas that you want to pop out. Kind of like if you took a flashlight and shined it right at your face, the parts that the flashlight would hit are areas that you're going to highlight. The parts that became shadowed would be areas that you would contour. There are definitely different levels of contouring and highlighting that you can do. You can do something like the picture here where that's pretty much going all out and contouring and highlighting all aspects of your face. Or if you want something more subtle, you could just do, the hollows of your cheeks and your cheekbones. But for educational purposes, I'm going to show you all the areas that you can highlight and contour on your face. For this, I have 3 different brushes I'm going to be using. I have a contour bronzer brush, I have a concealer brush, and then I have a small eyeshadow brush. Don't let the names fool you. You can use any brushes for any purpose that you like, and having smaller brushes like this are going to work better for areas like the nose or around the mouth. So let's start out with contouring, and I'm going to start with my cheeks. So I'm going to use the Warmth bronzer, and I'm using the contour brush here. I'm just going to press it in and then tap away the extra because I don't want this to be overwhelming. It's really easy to keep building and to get the opacity and the darkness that I want, but it's going to be harder if I start off really strong. So I'm just going to make sure that I get off all the excess. So what I'm going to do, you could do fish face if you've never contoured your face before. Those areas that it sucks in, that's where you want to contour. I like to start at the hairline, so for me it's like right at my ear, and then just kind of pull it down towards my mouth and then just sweep it up right before my mouth. So where these lines are, that's kind of where I sweep it up. I like to have it the darkest towards the hairline, so I'll definitely add more color there. And then I kind of make it like a gradient, so I kind of just lightly sweep it towards the center of the face. But like I said, I want it to be the darkest back here. I'm just going to do the other side. Start here. Bring it in. Kind of sweep it up a little bit towards where your smile line would be. And then go back and add more closer to the hairline. That's the main area that I find people contour, but there's a lot of other areas that you can really sculpt out your face. The next one would be the temples of your forehead. So right up here, you can just add a little bit, just do a little dot dot dot, and then just blend it and even have it connect with the cheek contour. Very slightly, not obviously. The main color you want is right up there, and then you're just sort of brushing the excess down and around so that it meets the contour on your cheek. Another area is underneath your chin, so along the jawline. This helps to really make your face look thinner too. So I'm doing this right underneath. This is a light hand to begin with because that can easily get overwhelming. And with this, you want to make sure it's not just a line. You want to make sure you blend it downwards into your neck so that it does look like a shadow instead of like a placement of just a random streak of makeup. Now I am going to go back with my Bombshell bronzer, the darkest one on the right hand side, just very, very lightly, and just go on the hollows of my cheek, that first line that we created, very lightly, just because this is an area that I would apply bronzer, so more so than just contouring. So I'm just very lightly, and this is going to hollow out the cheekbones even further. Literally tapping it in. I'm not doing anything more than that. So that added a lot more to that. The last area that we're going to contour is the nose. So I'm taking warmth again with my eyeshadow brush, and I'm starting right up where my eyebrows are. I'm just kind of following this line here. Going down to right, like on the sides, sort of like right in between the nostrils, I guess. I'm going to do it on the other side. Now the key with this is to make sure that you blend it out, because that does not look good at all. So I'm going to take my concealer brush that doesn't have anything on it and just go over it as if it had product on it. And what this is going to do is just help to blend it into the skin. I'm not going around like this, I'm just following the line that I created, and it's going to just blend it out but still keep the color. So this is very subtle, and I like it that way because I don't generally contour my nose, but it's something you definitely can do. So next we're going to move on to the highlighting. I think highlighting is really fun, and it's definitely a good way to just add a little bit of brightness, makes you look more awake, and it really gives your skin a really nice glow. So I'm going to use the same contour brush. I'm just going to brush off all of the bronzer. Of course, you can do the highlighting first too if you didn't want to do that step, but then you might get shimmer all over where the bronzer is, and I think bronzer and contour looks best matte. The first area that I'm going to highlight are my cheekbones. So this is right underneath the eyes. So what I like to do is just kind of sweep it underneath the eyes, and this for me even covers my under eye circles a little bit, and I feel like it helps to kind of mask them a little bit more. This might feel like a little bit too much for some people, but this is the way I like to do it. And then I also go down the sides of the nose. So not on the nose, but just right here. Next thing I'm going to do is my nose highlight. So for this, I'm going to use the Radiance highlighter, and I'm going to be very, very light with it because I don't want too much shimmer on my nose. I'm gonna be using the concealer brush for this. Just getting a little bit on here and just right down the center of the nose. And then also just a little bit on the forehead, almost like a little triangle, because you don't want it to look like you are sweaty, so to speak, and too much highlight can end up looking that way. So I'm just doing right in between the eyebrows and kind of just making like a fountain. Just pulling it up so it's not just like a full triangle, but I definitely want a little bit of a highlight right there. The other areas you kind of can think of like a little stick right here, so above the lips and then right in the center of the chin. So right here. And then right here, right below the lips. That's pretty much it. So once you've done that, you can apply your blush and you're good to go. So you can see it's really not that hard, and it makes a pretty big difference in how your face looks with makeup on. It really kind of helps to bring everything together. So this kit is available from Ulta, and it is $18, which I think is a really good deal for what you're getting. And let me know if you check it out. I like it, and I hope that this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you soon.